Atom. Now, what is an atom? First, you write the definition of an atom. Atom is the smallest part of an element. Atom is the smallest part of an element which may or may not have an independent existence. Means an atom may exist or may not exist independently. It may exist or it may not exist independently. That's I said it. It is the smallest part of an element. Write down the definition. An atom is the smallest part of an element which may or may not exist independently. Alright. Now, we will understand it where it may and where it is may not. But first, let us go a little bit, details about an atom. Actually, atom was discovered by Democritus. The credit for the discovery of an atom goes to Democritus. Democritus. Even we can say Lepus also. But basically, we give that credit to Democritus. We can say that. It was discovered long back. Now, before that also, before Democritus also, it was discovered long back in India by Maharishi Kannad. Maharishi Kannad discovered atom. Maharishi Kannad, he discovered atom long back in India, in some BC. Alright, how do we come to know? Because in our Vedas, it has been mentioned about, Maharishi Kannad. And in Vedas, it is being mentioned about Anu and Parmanu. It has been mentioned. Now, what is Anu and Parmanu? Anu is a molecule and Parmanu is an atom. You must be knowing children that we call Parmanu bomb, in Hindi Parmanu bomb. What is that known as? Atom bomb. Alright. So hence, it has been mentioned about Anu and Parmanu in our Vedas. It has been written by Maharishi Kannad. Alright. So, Parmanu is an atom and Anu is a molecule. So we knew about atoms and molecules long back. In India itself, we are knowing it. By Maharishi Kannad, it was being discovered. But as I said, Indian civilization did not flourish further. So the world did not come to know from Maharishi Kannad. The world came to know from Democritus. Actually, now here also I will say you, some children they confuse. They say that atom was discovered by John Dalton. No, John Dalton did not discover atom. John Dalton gave the Dalton's atomic theory. He gave the Dalton's atomic theory. It was discovered by Democritus, basically. We can say that. Clear? Acha. Now, next is, why do we call it as an atom? From where we got the word atom? Atom has come from the Latin word which means atomus. Atomus means what? Uncut. Uncut means which cannot be divided further. Which cannot be divided further. That is said to be S. That is called as uncut. Yes, definitely. In Dalton's atomic theory, if you studied, you have read it. That atom is the smallest part of an element, which is not divisible further. We cannot divide further an atom. It is the smallest part of an elementary reaction. Alright, for a particular reaction, which is the smallest unit, that is atom. When you are balancing the chemical equation, do you know what you are balancing? You are balancing atoms. You are not balancing molecules. You are balancing atoms. So the smallest unit of a chemical reaction is an atom. The smallest part of a chemical reaction is an atom. So hence, atom is the smallest part of an, of an element. It is the smallest unit of a chemical reaction. So the smallest unit of a chemical reaction, if it is asked, which takes part in a chemical reaction, is nothing but is an atom. Remember it. So atom means it has come from the Latin word which is atomus, which means uncut, which means it cannot be divided further. Achha. Now, this is about the history of atom it goes. Now, next is, after that, we'll come to that I said you that atom is the smallest part of an element which may or may not have an independent existence. That means it may or may not exist independently. Now, where it is existing and where it is not, means where it is may and where it is may not. See, in case of inert gases like your helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, radon, here it exists independently. See, it is an atomic state. Alright, inert gases. Alright, in case of group 1 elements like your sodium, potassium, magnesium, group 2, and calcium also group 2 elements, we can see that it exists independently. These are the metals which exist independently. Alright, but in case of gases like H2, Cl2, Br2, O2, here it does not exist independently. You can say we are writing what? We are writing the molecular state. So here it exists as a molecule. Here it does not exist as an atom. So the smallest part of an element is nothing but is Nothing but an atom. Here you can see the smallest part of an element is an atom. Here the smallest part of that particular element is a molecule. So here it does not exist independently. Here atom does not exist independently. Here it exists independently. Got it now? Where it exists and where it does not? Fine. Now next is, I said you, atom is the smallest part of an element. So what is an element? Now element is nothing but, it's a element is that pure substance. Alright, it comes under pure substance. Is that pure substance which is made up of same kind of atoms, which is made up of similar kind of atoms. That is called as an element. For example, suppose let us say this is an iron rod. If I break this particular iron rod, what will I get? The smaller atom is iron atom. Will I get copper? Will I get silver from it? No. If you break iron rod, you will get iron atom only. If you break silver rod, you will get silver atom only. If you take oxygen molecule, the smaller part of an oxygen molecule is what? Oxygen atom. Got it? So what are this? They are nothing but the elements. Oxygen is an element, sodium is an element, potassium is an element, iron is an element, copper is an element. In this way, the smallest part of an element is nothing but an atom. Alright? So hence I said element is that pure substance which is made up of similar kind of atoms or same kind of atoms. It is not made up of different kind of atoms. And one element differs from another element on the basis of its constituents of atoms. On the basis of its constituents. So what is an atom made up of? We have studied already that atom is made up of electrons, protons and neutrons, in which electron was discovered by J.J. Thomson, proton is discovered by Goldstein and neutron is discovered by, that is, James Chadwick. Electron is negatively charged particle, proton is positively charged particle and neutrons are neutral in nature. We have studied all these things. Alright? So in this way, when iron differs from sodium, how does it differ? On the basis of its constituents of atom. On the basis of electrons, protons and neutrons, iron differs from sodium, and sodium differs from oxygen, same thing on the basis of its constituents. Oxygen differs from chlorine, same thing on the basis of its constituents. We can say that. So one element differs from another element on the basis of its constituents of atoms. On the basis of electrons, protons and neutrons, it differs. Now, next is, we know that an atom is made up of two parts. Alright? It's made up of two parts. What is that? It is made up of nucleus, which consists of neutrons and protons, and outside the nucleus we are having the extranuclear part. This is called as the extranuclear part. Alright? What I said to you, this is nothing but the nucleus. Nucleus, which consists of neutrons and protons. And outside the nucleus, it's a hollow part. Basically, it's hollow. Alright, which consists of, here you can see I have drawn circles here, but basically it consists of, we say it as shells. Cells, S-H-E-L-L-S, cells, or we call it as orbits, which are imaginary. It has imaginary path. It has got no existence. We consider it that electrons are present in this imaginary path. Alright, that is outside the nucleus. An atom is hollow. It's a hollow structure, isn't it? Outside the nucleus, we are having the imaginary path. What is imaginary axis in which the electrons are moving with high velocity, the high speed electrons are moving. We can say that. Clear? So in this way, this is completely imaginary, nothing such. You will study about it in the higher classes and how it is imaginary. Little bit about it, I will say you here in class 9 also I will say you. So in this way, what you find is that, and here that is nothing but an atom consists of neutrons and protons, alright, and it consists of the shells, alright. It consists of the cells which are the imaginary part, which is also called as orbits. Alright, orbits. These are known as the shells or the orbits, which are imaginary in nature, we can say that. Clear? And this consists of electrons present in it. This consists of electrons. Electrons are being there in it. Alright, electrons are moving around this nucleus in an imaginary path, we can say that. So hence, basically, you remember children, an atom consists of two parts. One is your nucleus, which consists of neutrons and protons, and another is your, what you can say, the extranuclear part, which consists of the shells, and here in the shells are the orbits, which you can say, clear, the stationary level also we can call it as, these orbits or cells are stationary level, because these orbits are nothing but made up of fixed energy level. These are the energy level in which the electrons are being found. Electrons are moving in this particular shells, in this imaginary path, in with high velocity, with a high speed it is moving around the nucleus, we can say that. So in this way, this is the constituents of an atom, we can say that. Electrons, protons and neutrons. Thank you very much.